Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to dive into something that really moves me. That is stimulation. Yes, stimulation. The kind that jolts us out of the rut we've been stuck in. That spark that wakes something up inside. It's a powerful thing because it promises to help with something. I believe many of us are secretly searching for, maybe even desperate for, a way out. A way to untangle the knots in our lives that have been weighing us down. Now, before we even talk about that, I want to ask you something real simple, but important. Are you satisfied with your life? I truly hope you are. But let's be honest. Most of us, if not all, have certain areas in life where we're just not happy. Sometimes it's just a phase, a passing moment, but other times it's deep. It sticks with us. And when we're being brutally honest, we know there are parts of our lives that feel devastating, frustrating, exhausting, like we're screaming inside but no one hears. So how do we fix that? How do we deal with the places in our lives where we feel stuck or completely let down? We all have hopes. We all have goals. We all want to be better. But wanting isn't always enough. Let's be real. We get disappointed. We want to make more money, but we're still broke. We want to be more skilled, more confident, more knowledgeable, but we hit a wall. We try and try, but it feels like nothing's clicking. It sucks, right? It really does. And I know this probably sounds familiar to you. Because it is familiar. We've all been there. You're not alone. So the real question is, how do we untangle all this dissatisfaction? Not just cover it up. Not just pretend to be okay, but actually fix it at the root. That's what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. It's about sitting with the hard stuff, talking about it like real people, and figuring out how to move forward. Not perfectly, but honestly. So if you're feeling stuck, if you've been frustrated, disappointed, or just tired of pretending everything's fine, stick around, because together we're going to talk about the real stuff. And who knows? Maybe this is the spark you've been needing. And one more thing, something I think is really important. No matter what we talk about in this channel, no matter what episode it is, there's always going to be a blessing, a wish from me to you. The content, the knowledge, the lessons, those are nice to have. But honestly, if they're missing, that's okay. What can't be missing is the emotion, the intention, the heartfelt wish behind it all. The hope I carry for everyone watching this, that you'll find something good, something healing, something real. That's the soul of this channel. So how could I ever skip the blessing? That blessing, that sincere wish I send your way, is, in its own way, the answer to the struggle I talked about earlier. My wish is simple. I hope this helps you. Now here's the funny and fascinating part. Somehow, when I combine that blessing with the actual solution I'm going to talk about today, it gives me a kind of motivation that's hard to explain. It excites me. It pushes me to show up more seriously, more passionately, more purposefully. I'm so determined right now, I truly want to explore, develop, and explain this in a way that's clear, simple, and practical. I want to give you something real, something you can actually use to help untangle that knot in your life if you're feeling unsatisfied or stuck. I'm not just saying this for show, I mean it. And maybe that's what gives this whole thing its meaning, when we let a blessing become the message itself. I believe this might help a lot of people, including you, learn how to be at peace with your life as it is, to find contentment in what you're doing and in what you already have. So let me begin. I'm going to start with a few examples that may sound completely unrelated, but trust me, later on, maybe even on your second listen, you'll see how they all connect. It's not random, even if it sounds like it at first. But for now, let's just play along. Let me take you on a little journey that may seem aimless, but might actually be just what we need to get to the heart of this message. Let me take you back, say 15 or 20 years ago, or for those of you who've been around longer, let's say 30 years back. Imagine I ran into you somewhere. We didn't know each other. Just a casual, friendly conversation. And in that moment, I excitedly told you about this business idea I had. I said, hey, I'm working on a new kind of startup, A dream job of mine? I want to start a company that offers a grocery shopping service. Basically, say there's a lady in my neighborhood who doesn't feel like going to the market today. I'd go to her place and say, "Do you need anything from the store? Chicken, pork, fish, bread? I'll go get it for you. You just pay me $1." Now remember, we're talking 30 years ago, somewhere around the early 2000s. If I had pitched this idea to anyone back then, what do you think the reaction would have been? They'd probably think I was crazy. Even if they didn't say it out loud, they'd definitely think it. Why? Because back then, the idea seemed ridiculous. Why would I pay someone $1 to do something I can do myself? I have 2 legs. I can walk to the store. I can choose the freshest items. I know where the best deals are. Why would I need you? To most people, it would have sounded like a joke. Silly, unnecessary. But here's the thing. Today, that kind of job isn't strange anymore. It's not crazy. It's normal. That job I described, that's basically what a delivery driver or a personal shopper does now. These days, people order groceries and deliveries all the time. Just open up an app like Grab, Uber, or Amazon. Even on Facebook, you'll find groups specifically created to help people shop or run errands for each other. That so-called crazy job from 30 years ago, it's now a completely normal profession. So why is it that something people used to laugh at or think was ridiculous has now become so widely accepted? The answer is actually pretty simple. When a lot of people do something, it starts to feel normal. It starts to feel valid. We stop questioning it. We accept it. It becomes part of our everyday life. And you know what? That tiny detail, it has everything to do with the topic we're exploring today, but I'm not going to connect the dots just yet. Let me give you another example first. Let's go back about 20 years again. Imagine someone told you back then that there could be a job where you basically don't do anything traditional. You just talk about your life, talk about your thoughts, your personal philosophy, and somehow make money from that. Now picture this. You're 18 years old. You come home and say to your parents, Mom, Dad, I don't want to go to college. I want to stay home and talk about life and philosophy on camera. I want to make a living from that. What do you think would have happened? Best case scenario, they'd scold you. Worst case? You'd get a serious lecture. Or worse. They'd probably say, "What kind of nonsense is that? How are you ever going to support yourself?" Why are you thinking like that? Because back then, it sounded weird, unrealistic, irresponsible. But fast forward to now. What's that job called? Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. Yup, that's a vlogger, a YouTuber, a content creator. It's everywhere. And now, even in small rural towns, parents are beginning to support it. You'll see their kids holding up a phone and saying, "Hi everyone, welcome to my channel." And instead of scolding them, the parents smile and even help film. Why? Because it's become normal. It's familiar. It's real. You open your phone and what do you see? Vlogs, reels, live streams, everywhere. Go to any restaurant or family gathering, and you'll see someone filming. Somebody's always capturing moments to post online. And guess what? Those moments get likes, get shares. They bring attention. And that leads me to an old but powerful truth. Things that were once dismissed or even mocked can later become respected, valuable, even celebrated. All it takes is enough people doing it. That's the only difference. It becomes accepted. It becomes valid just because it becomes common. Remember this principle because we're going to circle back to it. We tend to avoid doing things that few people are doing, even if those things are good, even if they're important, even if we know they're necessary. If not many people are doing it, we start to see it as strange, weird, not worth our time. And please pay close attention to this next part. I'm not talking about market trends or business strategies here. What I want to focus on is how we perceive value in something. When more people are doing a thing, we naturally trust it more. It feels more legit. more worthwhile. That's the principle I'm zooming in on. I'm shining a laser beam right on it because it's key to everything I'm about to unpack. Again, I'm not saying that 20 years ago you should have been a delivery person, or that 25 years ago you missed out because you didn't become a vlogger. No, what I'm saying is this. We humans tend to value something more when a lot of people are doing it. And we tend to ignore, even avoid things that might actually be good, helpful, or essential, simply because no one else around us is doing them. And that mindset, that way of seeing the world, that's one of the big reasons why so many of us feel dissatisfied with our lives. Strange, right? But it's real. This might actually be one of the hidden causes behind the unhappiness in your life. Let me explain it a bit more with an example. Say you're struggling with smartphone addiction. Let's say, just for the sake of this example, you're using your phone 20 hours a day, sleeping only 4 hours. Okay, that's extreme. Let's tone it down a bit. Let's say you use your phone 10 hours a day, and you know it's messing with your mental health. You feel tired, you feel anxious. Your moods depend on what you see on the screen. Happy, sad, stressed out. Your eyes hurt. Your brain feels fried. You're fully aware of the toll it's taking on you. You know this is not sustainable. So one day you open up to someone and say, I think I'm addicted to my phone. I want to change. I want to cut back. Now imagine I'm your friend. I say to you, all right, let's try something. Here's a challenge. Every day, place your phone on a table in front of you. Just look at it. Don't touch it. Don't use it. Just look. Start with 2 minutes today. Just 2 minutes of not touching it. Tomorrow, bump it up to 4 minutes. The day after that, go to 6 minutes. Keep adding 2 minutes each day. Eventually, you'll train yourself to go a whole hour just sitting near your phone without needing to grab it. Now, that might sound like a simple and helpful exercise, and maybe you do it for a day or two, maybe even 4 days. But then what happens? You quit. You stop trying. Why? So why do we give up? You know the real reason? Because no one else around us is doing it. That behavior, leaving your phone on the table and just looking at it, feels weird when no one else is doing it. You start to feel silly. Maybe you even think, what if someone sees me just staring at my phone without touching it? They'll think I'm crazy. You get embarrassed. You feel awkward, even though deep down you know this little practice could really help you break free from your phone addiction. You know it. You believe it. You feel the benefits, but still, you don't follow through because it feels too weird, too out of place. And honestly, I've seen this happen so many times. Some people don't even try from the start. Not because the method is bad, but because they've never seen anyone else around them doing it. It's like, if no one's done it before, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel motivating, and so their life never changes. But now, let me flip the scenario. Imagine this. You're surrounded by people who are all doing that same phone detox exercise. 10 of your friends are doing it. Every single one of them leaves their phone on the table for 10 minutes a day, just staring, not touching. What happens? You'd probably do it too. Happily even, because it wouldn't feel weird anymore. It would feel like a shared journey, like something everyone's doing together. A lot of the things we do in life are just like joining a party. If no one else is there, we're not excited to go, even if we know it would be fun or helpful or healthy. It's sad, but it's true. That's the part I want you to really think about. There are so many good things out there, so many healthy, life-improving actions. But if no one around us is doing them, we just don't feel like it. We lack motivation, and eventually we give up. And then what? We go back to old habits. We're back to being addicted to our phones, back to being disappointed in ourselves, back to feeling like we're wasting time, wasting life. We get stressed, we get frustrated, and all the negative energy creeps back in. That's why we need to shift the way we think. Listen, my friends, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. If something is good for you, do it. Even if no one else is doing it. Even if it feels awkward. Even if people around you criticize you or don't get it. If it's good and it doesn't harm anyone, just do it. Quietly, consistently, steadily. Because that's what actually moves your life forward. That's how you fix the places where you're stuck. You're correcting what's been wrong, one small action at a time. And while I'm on the topic, let me say this too. A lot of you blame loneliness for not taking action. I really want to do this. I wish I could stick with that habit. But no one around me is doing it. I feel alone. I can't stay motivated. I want to read more books, but no one I know reads. I want to go to the gym, but I feel embarrassed because none of my friends go. Let me ask you something real. Whose life is this, yours or theirs? Are you doing these things to grow and heal yourself? Or are you just trying to impress others? Make others approve of you? If something is good for you, are you seriously going to ignore it just because other people don't see the value in it? That doesn't make sense, right? That's crazy when you think about it. Some things are good, even if nobody else thinks they are. Even if no one else is doing them. If it's good for you, do it anyway. Yes, I understand. We naturally value what's popular. We're more willing to try something if other people are doing it too. That's just human nature. But what if nobody around you values it? What if no one supports it? Do it anyway. Do it for you. For your growth. For your future. For your direction, your dreams, your purpose. Because only then can you start feeling truly satisfied with your life. Only then are you on the path to change. Let me give you one last example. A lot of people work for years at a company without ever getting promoted or earning more. You know what I usually tell them? Start reading books about business, sales, or marketing. Seriously, it'll change how you think. It will help you understand how promotions and raises actually work. I don't care if you're working in a factory, an office, or just doing part-time gigs. If you want to grow, start learning how to sell, especially how to market your own labor. Because in the end, when you work for someone else, you are selling your labor, your time, your energy, your skill. You need to know how to position yourself, how to make your value visible, how to help your boss see it, feel it, believe in it. So yes, if you're working for someone else, you should absolutely read books on business, sales, and marketing because it gives you tools to stand out. Now, I know most people will ignore what I just said. It sounds too weird, too unrelated. I'm not in sales. Why should I read sales books? I work an office job. Why would I read about marketing? Everyone around me just plays video games. No one reads that stuff. But again, just because no one around you is doing it doesn't mean you shouldn't. Because getting promoted, getting a raise, that's a form of persuasion. It's a sales process. You're asking someone to buy into your value. Just like selling a car or any high-ticket item, you have to make someone want what you offer. So how do you get your boss to like you, to believe in your abilities, to trust you enough to give you that responsibility and that salary? It's all a form of persuasion. It's just like sales. And the core principle of sales is this: give the customer what they want, not what you want them to want. That's the difference between people who understand sales and those who don't. If you understand this mindset, it becomes so much easier to convince your boss. But most of us, we do the opposite. Think about it. Your boss is the one paying you. That makes you the seller, and your labor, the time and skills you bring to work, is your product. And your boss? They're your customer. So it's your job to convince them that you're worth it. You need to say, and more importantly, show, "Boss, I'm capable. I do great work. I have a solid attitude." But not just with words. You need to provide results that your boss actually values. When they see real value, they'll be more than willing to invest in you. They'll want to promote you. They'll want to pay you more. But sadly, a lot of people think the opposite. They'll say, "I work so hard, but my boss still doesn't appreciate it. They never recognize my effort. It's so unfair." Let me put it this way. That's like trying to sell a car and then blaming the customer for not buying it. Imagine a salesman saying, "Come on, I begged you to buy this car. I gave you all the info. Why aren't you buying? I'm mad at you now." And what does the customer say? Well, I just don't like it. It didn't feel right for me. I'm going to another dealership. Makes sense, right? You've done the same thing. You've walked away from offers because they didn't appeal to you. And no one blames you for that. But when you're the one selling, suddenly you expect the customer, in this case, your boss, to just know how great you are. And when they don't, you get upset. But that's not how persuasion works. That's not how sales or promotions work. So yes, if you're working for someone else, I 100% recommend reading books about sales, marketing, and business. It makes total sense. Because once you understand the principles of persuasion, you'll know how to position yourself. You'll learn how to make your value visible and undeniable. You'll understand how to make your boss feel like giving you a raise is not a waste, but an investment. The problem: when I say this kind of stuff, most people just dismiss it. They look around and think, nobody else is doing that. None of my coworkers are reading sales books. All my friends are just playing video games after work. Why should I be the weirdo? And so this idea, it suddenly feels silly, weird, pointless. And when an idea feels silly, we tend to throw it out. We go back to the same familiar mindset we've always had. We start making the same assumptions. That guy must have kissed up to the boss. He probably got that promotion through connections. No way he earned it. He's not even that smart. We'd rather believe in those stories because they're comfortable, they're familiar. They let us off the hook. We don't like to challenge ourselves to grow. We don't like to admit that maybe there's another answer to the same old problem. An answer that requires us to step up, learn more, get uncomfortable, do something different. Well, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. It's like trying to pour water into a bottle that's tightly sealed. No matter how good the water is, it's just going to spill out. Even if you have the perfect solution, even if you've lived through something and you know it could help someone else, if they're not open to receiving it, then honestly, there's no way to change them. And that's just the truth. So I know that this video will reach different types of people. And you'll probably fall into one of three groups. Group 1. You've already gone through a transformation. You're listening to this and thinking, nope, I'm not like that anymore. I'm open-minded. I'm ready to do the weird things if I know they're good for me. Or maybe, I've already started changing. I'm okay doing what others might call strange, because I know it's worth it. And if you're in this group, man, I'm so happy for you. This message might not be brand new to you, but the fact that you've made it to this level of awareness, that's huge. You're moving forward. You're choosing growth. And I celebrate that with you. Group 2. You're someone who just realized something while listening. You're realizing that maybe, just maybe, there have been things in your life you didn't do just because no one else around you was doing them, even though you knew they were good for you. And now, after hearing this, your perspective is shifting. You're thinking, maybe I should try those things after all, even if no one else is doing them. This group, you are the ones I hope for the most, because this moment of realization, it's powerful. It's the start of real change. And group 3, this group just finds everything I'm saying completely nonsense. And to that, well, what can I say? There's never going to be a message that lands with 100% of people, right? If that's you, no worries. Just take this video as something to enjoy casually. Listen for fun. That's okay too. Because let's be real, self-growth can't be forced. You can't push someone to want a better life. They have to want it themselves. This video's been a long one. But hey, life is long, right? Or maybe not that long. We get, a few decades? And even shorter is that window when we're young, strong, sharp, and full of fire. The years when we can really shine. So if we don't use those years to make our lives better, isn't that a little sad? And making life better, where does that even begin? It begins by doing good things. Even the good things that nobody else around us is doing. So if you already have a plan, please don't feel alone. Do it anyway. Who knows? Maybe once you succeed, once people see you happy and thriving, they'll start to follow your lead. Maybe you'll inspire them, and suddenly you won't be alone anymore. You'll be the one who went first. The pioneer. Like in some families who've done farming for generations, then one young person breaks the mold and starts their own business. And after that, more cousins and siblings start doing the same. The whole family starts seeing business as normal, not strange or impossible. I truly hope that happens for you. Whether in your family, your neighborhood, your friend group, if you choose to grow, to improve, and live a good life. And if others see that and feel inspired to do the same, that's how we build better communities. That's how a better life becomes the new normal. It's not easy. I know, but I still hope for it. And more than that, I wish it for you. Thank you so much for staying with me through this long message. I truly appreciate you listening. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.